guys, I'm back. I did a little vacuuming with the Dyson, cleaned up the area here, and while I was charging the camera, I did quite a bit of electrical work back here, so I'll go over that with you. So I put a bus bar here for all the negative wires to attach to, and then I used some black electrical tape just to keep things kind of organized. These two wires come off the master switch. They're for the negative, so there you go. This wire is off the this is a motor controller, not a charge controller. And this will regulate the fan speed of my little ceiling fans via this this switch here, variable switch. And what I want to do is to mount this, I made a pencil mark of the hole, and I want to kind of drill out a portion of the wood and then put that securely inside so it doesn't kind of move around and mess up the wires. And then down here I did the positive bus bar. So these two wires coming off the master switch go to that bus bar, and then I ran the positive wire feeding this motor controller, and it's fused. It's got a fuse in it, so that's good to go. So I just have to hook these wires up. Now I'm thinking Stu is going to give me a hand here. The blue is the positive for the motor, and the green is the negative. So since I'm going to have two fans connected to this thing, I need to, I'm guessing, I need to take the loads of the fan positive wires and connect them to this blue wire. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to run this and then go from the load into the switch. I'm sure Stu will let me know on how that's going to work. Or someone anyway. So that's how far I got here. So I'm slowly getting things ready. I have about two open slots still. So one's going to be for the main wire coming in from the battery, and same there. So that'll be cool. I didn't bother hooking the main wires up yet because I still got work to do on the ceiling. So at least I got a little bit done on the you know, the electrical side of things. It is cold in here. Oh, I got the batteries charged. Let me show you that. It is cold in here. 56.9 Fahrenheit or 11 Celsius. And it's 69% humidity, which is very high. It is 62.5 Fahrenheit outside and 54% relative humidity outside. The outdoor transponder was fine because it uses less power than this large display, I'm assuming. And yeah, so I was using Primo's smaller power pack to charge up my camera. I do have Charles's still over here. I'm just kind of alternating between the two, which is fine. I charged up the Dyson. I did a little vacuuming, cleaned out the tray, and charged this guy back up. Didn't take long at all. Everything's still in float mode over in the solar world here. Off-grid solar. Everything's cool. I have my slippers still on. Whoops, there they are. And yeah. So I was thinking about running the wire for this guy, but I don't know. I gotta get it out of the way, so I might just do it. This is I'm gonna hook up 10 gauge wire to this smaller gauge, and hopefully that will help from that distance, it's basically going there to the fan. That will be the longest load on the master switch. So I want to kind of put a 10 gauge on there, run that back, connect it, then we're good, and the rest will be fine. I actually realized right here I'm going to, this is the next panel that I need, but what I do need to do is drill a hole in it in the center for my this is the 12 volt connector that's going to be flush, go flush up in there, and this will be my lighting. So what's going to happen is this will sit up flush onto the ceiling like so, but what I'll do is I'll grab the those USB lights and put those on like so. Now the only bad part about this is I want a USB light that will go on this opposite end, so I can have these two back-to-backs, because if I do this, most of the light is going to be hitting the back of this thing and it's going to be not good. So I want something that I can turn and put it this way. You guys think I can get something like that? Maybe, because this only goes one way, as you can see, and it's no good doing that. So is there a way to flip this around, guys? Maybe you guys can tell me, because I really don't want to. I have the other smaller ones that are warm. I'll grab them. These are the ones that I put the resin on and gave away as well. These are multi-directional. I can put this guy in there, so he's facing a different direction than this one, but they're different lighting styles and intensities. So that one can go multiple directions, but you know, I need that ability on one of these. So maybe you guys can help me out figuring that out. But that's the plan, because it would be awesome if I could just have these two back, they're both backs facing each other, and then I can you know, have lighting both ways, both directions. I just don't understand why they can't make it universal. That's pretty lame. But that's my hope anyway, guys. Because I get, just one is not going to cut it. I want this guy back to back with this one, so that way I have, you know, 3 lights going one way, 3 lights going another way, and no issues. So yeah, maybe you guys can help me with that. Hopefully it won't cost a lot of money, because kind of was hoping that it would kind of work out for me, but oh well, that's the way things go, I guess. So yeah, what else is gonna happen here? Yeah, so right now I will put that I won't put that light fixture in yet, because I got to figure out how am I gonna do this. And the nice thing about that light fixture is I can kind of twist it and it will rotate, so I can kind of aim one at the over at the window area and one against the wall, and it'll kind of light up center the tiny house at night. And it has very little draw, so I can leave those on pretty much all night if I needed to, and it wouldn't hurt the batteries whatsoever. So that's kind of awesome. And I'm really eager to get the electricity on for this guy, my master switch, because I got a 12 volt cigarette plug there. I got 2 USB charging ports here. I got the voltage meter, which is going to tell me how much power I have in my batteries, or my one battery, because I'm not going to have both hooked up. And then I'm going to have this as my main lighting. It's called driving lights. And then maybe have a couple of these as my fans. 1 or 2 as the fans. And then I have 3 spares. Plus I have USB ports and then 12-volt plug. So that's pretty cool, guys. It's gonna come out pretty awesome, I think. I think I have to move my light as well. I think he's gonna be moved up over here because right now the cord, because I added all the wiring here, is kind of in the way of everything. So this is easy enough to be able to move over to here somewhere. I think that'll be fine. What else? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get out of here, guys, because yeah, that's all I can do for today, unfortunately. But I'll be back tomorrow. I got the whole weekend to work here, which is rare. Normally I'm working, so I'm taking full advantage. And I'm going to try to get as more stuff done as possible. I'm going to see if I can get, you know, maybe that ceiling piece up. Who knows? Maybe I'll just go ahead and put that USB light up in there, or USB port up in there, get it wired, and then run the wires. And then that's one more panel done. I can kind of move the elliptical back and maybe fire up the fireplace for the first time and warm it up in here. Because it's 56 in here. I'm in a t-shirt. I have long pants on, thank God, this time. I think short season is over. And I have the door open because it is warmer outside right now than it is inside. And the floor is freezing, so I got my slippers on, which were an awesome buy, by the way. On discount and everything. So yeah. Oh, as you can tell, the boxes are still here. Here's the actual plywood sheet ready to go behind me, other than I gotta find center and drill a hole for that fitting. I don't have the hole saw with me, so I'll have to bring that back for that, or one of the spade bits like I used, a bigger size. And then, yeah, my accountant hasn't gotten a hold of me yet. So I need to get paid by the end of the month. And he was hinting at he's going to come by and set it up and get rid of a bunch of stuff, these boxes, which I hope. That way I have more I get all my room back, I get paid. And then I can start thinking about, like, once I get the ceiling up to this point, I can start thinking about my big battery bank and big solar back this area. That will be awesome. And I'm going to revamp and clean everything here. I kind of just threw everything up against the wall for storage for now, because what am I going to do, right? I'm kind of, you know, I got boxes of crap in here just going crazy. But things are going good. Oh yeah, I showed you that. I did mount that 2x4 up here. I thought that was the best way to go. Just 2 screws to hold the electrical, and that way everything's cool. So we have this is the motor, DC 9 to 60 volt motor controller, up to 20 amps. So this will run multiple fans. So I'm definitely gonna run my 2 fans, but I'll get Stu to figure out the wiring. Because I know I have to bring a positive wire to one of the switches, whatever switch I want the fan to be on. Okay. And then do I then run it so that's the positive's going to go into, I don't know. Well, I'll get Stu to figure this out for me. He knows what the hell he's doing. I don't. So, yeah. What else? Yeah, so, yeah, it's tiny house still construction zone for sure. But once I get this panel up, and I think I'm going to put that, the light's going to go about center there. So I definitely got to run this wiring tomorrow, and then I got to drill that USB thing in, fasten it, and then hook the wires onto that and run those back there. And what else? What else do I got to do? I think that's it. And then I can move the elliptical kind of back this way where it was on the wall. I can't move the tool shed or the tool pantry yet, guys, because I'm waiting on my accountant to tell me when he's really going to be ready for this, moving these boxes out. And then I have 3 sheets of plywood left. This is going to be the nasty one because I have the offset. So I got some major cutting and measuring to do for this one. That piece will probably end where that seam is, because this piece is ending here, and this one will probably end here, 4-foot mark. And then from there, then the next piece will actually have to be trimmed as well because of the offset there all the way to the door. And then once we're past, yeah, I think it's offset all the way. So yeah, it'll be, the rest of the wood will have to be cut. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, it's still looking good, and it'll look quite different once I have the plywood kind of covering this part, so that when the light comes in, it's actually going to bounce, hit the ceiling, and kind of brighten things up more, because right now it's kind of shooting up and dissipating. Well, I think that's what's going to happen. So the light's going to come in, hit the plywood, kind of make things brighter in here once the ceiling's lower. Because once the ceiling's this high instead of this high up here, I'm guessing the light's going to bounce and it's going to kind of travel a little bit better inside the tiny house. I'm not a physics major or anything, but I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. So I'm out of here for now, guys. So we have our weather station hooked back up. Those batteries are like 100 milliamps or whatever. I missed the video. Well, it's in the video anyway. I filmed what the actual reading is, but yeah, it's you know, I think they kind of, they don't really tell you the truth in China on what you're getting battery wise. They just kind of throw a number out there that looks really cool to sell stuff, but thankfully those were free batteries. So, and if I have if I still have trouble with those, I'll just keep buying the Dollar Tree batteries, and you know, they should last longer, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna head out for today, guys, and I got a little bit done, so that's the main thing. And I was half dead today, so I'm actually kind of waking up now, and I don't know what time it is, but it's got to be late afternoon, because I've been at the tiny house quite for most of the day. So yeah, I'm gonna pack up some stuff. Some stuff's coming home with me, and that'll be it. So we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully warmer. And if not, I may be firing up the fireplace, like I said, for the first time this season. And we will see how the survival blanket and ceiling will improve everything now that the I haven't run the fireplace yet with all the survival blankets up. So this is going to be kind of awesome moment where we see how quickly everything heats up. And even, yeah, I haven't even run it with the solar wall back there yet either with that thermal pan. So we'll see how this works. And so I'm out of here, guys. Talk to you on the next one.